Welcome back for part 2 on the Red Couch with Lori Mishos.
Piggybacking on that is we tend to, when we want triumph in our life, what does that look like? A 5K, you want to ride, you know, the major fundraiser for Team Tony is you ride 2 days, 200 miles across the state of Florida. And for a lot of people, that's it's a great personal challenge.
Yeah.
And you got everybody behind you. But when we have tragedy in our life, why not take that same philosophy and get a bunch of people on board and say, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm having a hard time, whatever that looks like, you know, cancer, walking again, I don't know, you can't pass a test, I don't know, whatever that looks like. And get people together and say, here's my goal. Mm-hmm. What I did with my leg was the physical therapy area. I just become really close with everybody, and I said, I'm putting a wager together. And I wrote it out, and everybody put the date that they thought I was going to take my first 10 steps.
So you made it a fun game.
We made it a game. And everybody was on, and it was, you know, everybody was engaged at the physical therapy place because they had put a date down and they wanted to win, and the prize was a gift certificate at Chutney's, which is this little mom and pop place on Hillview Avenue. So it was, we're all in this together, and I think at the end of the day, and it's kind of an overused saying, but it works, is it's about the connections and the relationships in our life, period. It's what it's all about.
And at the end, you did do the 5K.
Mm-hmm.
And you had family and friends.
Uh-huh.
And then your physical therapist, who is now one of your best friends.
Good guy, yeah.
He got up and spoke.
Mm-hmm.
And what did he say?
He's...
about you.
What Matt said, this is a little tough because I don't like to talk about, you know, I'd like to be humble, so...
I'll say it.
Okay, that's easier. Yeah.
He said, our job is to have, you know, to help people in their situations and help them have a good attitude and feel good about it. Is that right?
Yeah.
You correct me if I'm wrong. And he said, that's what Lori's done for all of us. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's yep. And that's great. I mean, I'm glad that we could use that experience to, you know, help others. I could use that experience to help others, and anytime we can put a smile on somebody else's face or bring them up if they're down, or even if they're up, bring them up higher, gosh, why not? That's what we're here for.
Yep, you've said you always want to leave people better,
yeah,
for having had an interaction with them.
That's right.
You brought this to me at our lunch party. The best is yet to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think coming from someone who's had such potential difficulties and sufferings, that's quite a statement.
Mm-hmm. Well, the present moment is really, we want to embrace that because that's all you have right now. But I think to think that the future is even greater just enhances that joy.
Just compels you to
right. That's right.
have something to look forward to and to feel hope.
Absolutely.
Like when you were teaching yourself to walk again,
mm-hmm.
and going, I'm sure that was extremely difficult.
It was painful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and difficult.
And you visualized yourself
mm-hmm.
walking. So even though you couldn't walk, you saw in your mind.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a video, it's from 1993 called Don't Give Up, Don't Ever Give Up by Jimmy Valvano. Yeah. And he was diagnosed with cancer, and it's 11 minutes and 12 seconds, I think, and it's powerful. It's about how to live your life and don't ever let challenges get you down. And I would come home and watch that over and over and over again, and then I would go sit in, you know, a lounge chair, and I would visualize myself, you know, just getting up and taking a couple steps and then taking more steps, and I think it worked, you know, because if we believe we can do it, then we will. Mm. So yeah. That's just how I feel, and that has become true in life, because, you know, life isn't perfect either. If I thought I can't do something, I can't. But if I believe that I can, I can. So I stopped thinking the other way, and I started thinking, you know, you can get through it, no matter what. And even if people are facing death in our foundation, we see death. We just lost a brain cancer dear, lovely person in the last week, and she's young and a fighter, and sometimes we lose the battle, but if you can even have joy up into that end and provide joy in people's life up until the last breath they take, you know, that's great. That's, you know, that's truly what we're here for. Again, relationships and connections. That's what it's all about.
You said that you're not afraid of death.
It doesn't even, only from the standpoint of we see it. You see it every day and know we're all going to go there. You know, there's no choice in that matter. We're going to go there. How about instead think about fear not living the best life that you can live? But not fear, just do it. Just live the best life that you can live and not spend any energy on the other. Because how many times you hear people that are, you know, out exercising, doing exactly what they're supposed to do, you know, to live a long life, and they croak over, you know, and die. So you don't know. You don't know when your time is up. Just enjoy it, you know, just because you're going to go sometime. But what's your bucket list? What do you want to accomplish? And don't wait. Write it down. Share it with people. Remember we were talking about, you know, kind of engaging people in your life's goals? They'll be on board. You know, go out there and make it a passion to live your best life. That's the goal.
So you took a whole year off from being a financial advisor. For 12 years, you took an entire year to help Tony start Team Tony. So let's say I am diagnosed with cancer and I call. How does it work?
I call it the power of Me Too. And what I mean by that is we can empathize better if that person can say, gosh, I've been there too. And so that's why I say the power of Me Too. So when you can call up and that person already knows, you've had the diagnosis of cancer, you know that fear, shock, pain, worry, just holy crap, what does this mean? Pardon me, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but the reality is it sucks. You know, you don't know what your life is gonna, you know, what's gonna happen after that.
And it's very lonely, I imagine.
It's like you're on a deserted island and you think you're the only one in the world that just got that diagnosis. And the reality is you're not, but human nature is we just know what we know, you know, for ourselves. So to have that person say, I get it. I totally understand what you're going through, and sharing the experiences. You know, we have to be really careful. It isn't about us. It's not about our experience. It's about helping that person. Fears. Who are they, and what do they need to do to stay that person, and who they are, and not let cancer define them.
So do you ask them, like, what is it that you need? How can I
That's
be
exactly
there for
right.
you?
Yep. That's exactly right, because everyone's different.
Yeah.
You've got to meet them where they are. And you have the people that get the diagnosis. We tend to have a kind of a vibrant, athletic person that's going to come to Team Tony Foundation, partly because Tony and I were, you know, athletes. We still are athletes. Yeah. Tony's, he was an extreme athlete and did a 621-mile race out in Vietnam that, you know, only 4 or 5 teams are chosen in the whole world.
That was a bicycle race?
No, it was an extreme, they did a bunch of different, it was a bike race, run. I mean, you did a lot of different things in that particular race. So that's who we're going to tend to get in the foundation. So they want to push through cancer, but it isn't uncommon to go through, you know, roller coaster with cancer, where some days you're just, you know, you're beat up and you're tired and you think, how can I do this? Chemotherapy really whacks you out, radiation makes you tired, and you just want someone to say, you know, I've been there. You know, you're on mile, you know, 23. You've only got 3 left to finish the marathon. You know you can do this. You've done, you know, I know what you're feeling, and you can do it. Just keep doing it. Keep waking up and keep just fighting through it. And before you know it, it's over. So it's that person who you're going to relate more to somebody who's already been there. And that's just our goal, is to say, you know, we get it. And we're not going to baby anybody. You know, that's not our mission to say, sit in bed and let life pass you by.
Yeah.
We're not going to, you know, put up we're also going to be sensitive if someone's really down. Let's take a walk on the beach. What's going on? What do you fear? Typically it's death, or leaving kids behind, or what's my husband going to do or wife going to do when I'm gone. And so those are the kind of this is deep stuff that we're dealing with. But when people get through it, it's amazing. You know. So, and typically people that go through our foundation, then want to be on our cancer support team.
Oh, that's great.
To then go out and help others. It's paying it forward and using your life to help others.
I just love it because, you know, it's one thing to have a friend or family, and certainly you need your friends and family, but it's also, I think it's really powerful to have a person that has already experienced it, that understands the ups and downs and the, you know, where your mind can go, and helping them stay on the positive track.
That's right. And your friends and your family are going through their own pain with your diagnosis and their own fears and trying to cope with, you know, what does this mean? And their life gets turned upside down too, because you spend, you know, time, resources, energy, you know, your spirituality is often questioned. So everybody's in their own weird world trying to get through the diagnosis. And so it is nice to have that person to talk with that isn't going, you know, is sort of objective to the situation, and it isn't family and friends. So, but they're part of the team. Yeah. And they help you get through. I don't know what I would do without my husband, my parents, my brothers, sisters, friends. They've been, I love them. I wouldn't be here without them. So.
Yeah, you had said that it was hard, and I think it's hard for women to accept help in general.
That's right.
And so that's taken you some time to get there.
Well, I often laugh, and it's because I think we get tests in life until we learn the lesson. And it was almost ironic because I always wanted to be independent and do everything myself and not get any help. And finally, I'm a spiritual person. God was like, I'm going to put you down so you can't even walk, and you're going to accept some help and realize you're not getting through life without some help. So just, deal with it. And I finally did. And I learned that interdependence, meaning, community and everybody coming together, family, friends, connection, your work is actually higher than independence in terms of the scale of living your greatest life. You go from independence to interdependence. Interdependence is, hey, we all have to come together, we have goals and dreams, and it's helping each other to get there. So it was a hard lesson to learn, but I got it. I got it. And then I got through learning how to walk. Basically did the 5K walk, family and friends. That was February 28th of 2009. Got through that, go for my 6-month checkup, and cancer came back. So I had to go back and have surgery again. I had a modified neck dissection. They take the cancer out. And I learned, okay, we can do this again. Let's put the team together, the medical team, your family, your friends. Tony was my inspiration since day one, getting through cancer. And so you do it, and you keep working, and you just wake up every morning and say, I can do this.
You've not only done it, you've contributed so much to other people's lives, and just your being a role model as an inspiration. You've inspired me enormously, just with who you are and your life. And I wish you so well.
Oh, thank you, Rachel. Well, I really appreciate this opportunity today, and if anybody ever needs any assistance, that we're here for them. So thank you very much for today. This is great.
Thank you. Now, if you had a secret to living a happy and successful life, I'm sure you have many secrets. You obviously have many secrets. But what would you say your one secret is to living a happy life? That's
what I choose. Every morning, that's what I choose. Those who look inside awaken, those who look outside dream. I choose to just be happy, no matter. It's not outside forces that are making me happy. It's right in here.
Lori, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on the Red Couch.